work with me. If your plan is to get more fit, but you know you like to sleep in, don't plan your workout in the morning. You with me? We're together. Realistic. Set a realistic goal. Next thing I want you to do is devise your game plan. Put your game plan together. Start to put some mental energy into the fulfillment of your dream. Don't hope that it will happen by osmosis. Be willing to, as my teacher say, put some feet under your prayer work. I think Thomas Edison said, most people miss their opportunity because it shows up in overalls looking a lot like work. You have to get your game plan together because your game plan will help you know what to do. If your goal is to go from 119 Ashland to downtown Chicago, Illinois, and as you get away down the road, there's a detour. The detour will point you back around whatever the obstructions are to still help you get there. So I'm not saying you won't have any pitfalls. I'm not saying that you won't have to adjust your plan. But I'm saying if you don't have a plan, when something falls in your lap, now you're looking around like, God, please tell me what to do. I need your help. Lord, you said you had a plan for my life. So let me clue you into something. You can tap into your plan by tapping into the Spirit. Thank you, choir. And the final thing that I want you to do is, after you planned your work your plan. Does that make sense? After you've planned your work your plan. Now, the last step in this dream series is the step of rest. The last step in the dream series is the step of rest. There's a story that's told of two woodsmen, and one woodsman challenges the other to a tree chopping contest. The woodsman who established the challenge, as the two woodsmen were chopping trees, he was going to work on chopping that tree. Woo, 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 woo. The story says he only stopped for lunch. So that means for 8 hours, woo, woo, he's chopping the tree. Now, the challenger was taking all kinds of breaks, stopped for a couple nice meals, wasn't working quite as hard. The challenger wasn't even swinging as hard as the gentleman who wouldn't stop. He was just sort of leisurely going at it. It's almost like a golf swing. You know? When it was all said and done, the woodsmen came together and they looked at how much wood had been chopped by woodsman number one and woodsman number two. And woodsman number one is looking over at woodsman's number two's pile and he's perplexed. How in the world did you chop so much more wood than me? We spent the same amount of time, you chopping wood, you taking all kind of breaks, been to the bathroom 6 times. Why have you chopped so much wood? Woodsman number 2 said, well, what you didn't notice is that while I was taking my rest, I was also sharpening my axe. When you take your rest in step 12, it gives you an opportunity to sharpen your axe. Because Dream journeyers, say dream journeyers, I'm talking to you, that's you. Dream journeyers. When you start to walk in your dream, I don't want to give you the impression that it's all gravy. When you start to work in the manifestation of your purpose, I don't want you to get the impression that it's all angels and halos. When you start to do that which is in your soul to do, I want you to know that giving birth brings with it a little bit of agony. When you start to take the steps that will enable you to manifest your dream, I just want you to know that there are going to be some challenges along the way. There are going to be some potholes along the way. There are going to be some people who were with you who, as you take your steps in your ladder, they're going to stay on whatever level they are. But as you are going about your business, you will find that you are exerting an enormous amount of energy, so much energy so that when you come apart for a minute, you're going to need to rest. But what the resting does is it gives you an opportunity to sharpen your axe. Because this is just one dream in a life full of many. This is just one moment in the life of a star. This is just one opportunity in the experience of a child of God. See, what God is looking for in you is the ability to say yes. Because when you say yes, something else starts to happen. See, when you start to work on this dream, that dream is not enough. Another dream starts to find birth in your soul. And as you start to work on that dream, there's something else boiling in you, because there is no limit, no extent, no element by which God can be limited. But if you're open, willing, ready, and receptive, God's got a little bit more for you to do. I'm just suggesting that when you find yourself able to rest, you take advantage of it, but at the same time, you sharpen your axe. Because when trees stand in the way, and when obstacles show up, and when things don't look like they're gonna work for you, I got news for you. You'll have an axe and you can just swing your axe and get that stuff out of your way. Because when it's time for you to roll, nothing can keep you from doing what you got to do. When it's time for you to win, nobody can make you lose, because God and you represent a majority. Nobody can stand in your way. Nobody can top you or stop you. You're a bad mamma jamma all by yourself. You got everything you need within you, and that which you have within you is just dying to come out. And when you let it come out, watch God show out. When you let it come out, watch God show out. When you let it come out, watch God show out. Your dream is too big to leave inside of you. Open yourself up. Open your mind up. Open your heart up. Open your spirit up. Open yourself to the expanse of God and watch God's plan for your life.